It's that time again. Welcome to Tesla Shorts Time, episode 535. Patrick here in Vancouver. It's July 8th, 2026. Tesla never sleeps and neither does the news cycle. Tesla's Gulf Coast lithium refinery will become North America's largest while cutting emissions more than 30% versus hard rock methods. Tesla released its 2025 impact report today. The document covers emissions cuts across vehicles, energy products, and factories. It also tracks supply chain sourcing details and workforce metrics for the full year. The release arrives while Tesla continues expanding storage and production capacity. Investors are watching for any signals on future recycling rates or water use targets. The report offers a backward-looking snapshot rather than fresh forward guidance. Monthly volume data from other regions will help place these metrics in context. Tesla China June 2026 sales reached 52,290 vehicles. Retail deliveries placed the company fifth among NEV brands in China for the month. The 5.3% share reflects steady demand for the Model Y and Model 3, amid intensifying local competition. Monthly volume data helps track whether recent price adjustments and software updates are sustaining momentum. Next data point will be July registrations to confirm the trend. The figures arrive alongside broader production expansion plans. That broad metrics view leads directly into a major supply chain project supporting those same goals. The new Gulf Coast lithium refinery will be North America's largest facility. It will refine lithium with more than 30% lower emissions than conventional hard rock methods. Tesla ranked first again in Lead the Charge's 2025 Supplier Responsibility Assessment. The ranking placed the company ahead of Ford, Volvo, and Mercedes-Benz. The project strengthens domestic battery material supply ahead of upcoming production increases. Commissioning timelines and initial output volumes remain the next items to watch. This upstream materials work connects to how stored energy is already operating at fleet scale. Aggregated Powerwall virtual power plants prevented 6.5 million outages in 2025. The system supplied more than 20 gigawatt hours during grid events last year. Owners collectively saved over $1 billion through self-consumption and exports. The results showed distributed batteries can substitute for some peaker plant functions. Future growth will depend on utility program expansion and regulatory treatment of residential storage. That fleet-level energy impact shifts attention to a single model's standout market performance. The Model Y posted the highest single-month sales of any vehicle in Australia since records began in 2002. The record follows recent price cuts and continued FSD improvements. It arrived even as rivals launched refreshed SUVs in the same segment. July figures will show whether the surge holds or proves temporary. Strong vehicle demand now points toward the next generation hardware that will carry future robotaxi volume. The Cybercab carries a higher memory AI4 variant or early AI5 hardware. The system exceeds 32 gigabytes of RAM found in current Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. Extra memory supports larger neural networks required for SAE Level 4 operation. First responder documents already list the vehicle as capable of fully autonomous mode. Production units will confirm whether the final spec uses a dual board or next-generation chip. Tesla AI head Ashok Ellaswamy confirmed work on natural language FSD commands. He replied, working on it, to a suggestion that owners could direct the car with phrases such as the White House on the left, just past that SUV. The feature would let the vehicle remember specific driveways for future trips. Current FSD already handles complex navigation, but conversational inputs would reduce the need for precise map edits. A working version would mark a notable step toward more intuitive, unsupervised operation. The development would build on existing supervised data collection. That hardware sits inside a body built with a different manufacturing approach. Tesla confirmed a reaction injection molding process for the Cybercab. The method embeds color directly into body panels during forming. It removes the traditional paint shop and reduces cost, floor space, and environmental impact. Early prototypes already show the new finish in public photos. Production scale will determine whether the approach extends to other models. Eliminating the paint shop changes more than surface appearance. It removes one of the largest capital and energy sinks in vehicle assembly. Reaction injection molding embeds color at the panel forming stage. The factory no longer needs separate spray booths, curing ovens, or associated ventilation systems. Capital saved can shift to stamping or battery lines. Energy reduction appears directly in per-vehicle manufacturing emissions. The approach also shortens the physical footprint of the paint process. Once molding parameters stabilize, adding volume does not require proportional paint infrastructure expansion. Traditional lines face bottlenecks with multiple colors on the same line. Molded-in color sidesteps that constraint. The trade-off lies in material qualification and long-term durability testing. Any defect now lives inside the panel rather than on a repaint-able surface. Early Cybercab prototypes will show whether the finish meets fleet duty standards without extra clear coat steps. For the robotaxi business model, the change matters because per-mile operating cost depends on low overhead. Every avoided process step reduces upfront capital and ongoing energy use. The method improves margin available for insurance, maintenance, and charging. If durable across body panels, it sets a template later platforms can adopt without repeating full paint shop investment. Building the vehicle leads naturally to putting it on the road in new cities. Tesla robotaxi service testing has begun in New Orleans. Mapping and test vehicles are now operating as part of U.S. expansion. The work builds on earlier supervised FSD data collection in similar urban environments. Regulatory approval for unsupervised rides remains the key next milestone. Observers will track whether New Orleans testing yields new edge case handling improvements. Service testing now connects to owner-side tools that make participation practical. The Tesla app now shows a live indicator when a vehicle is actively driving for ride-hailing. The update clarifies utilization status and expected earnings timing for owners. Earlier versions left owners guessing whether the car was available or already on a trip. Future updates may add earnings estimates or route previews. Product tools move the conversation to the regulatory and legal backdrop. A new lawsuit challenges a decade of autopilot marketing. Plaintiffs claim marketing statements overstated capabilities and supervision requirements. Tesla maintains that drivers must remain attentive at all times. Court filings will reveal how much internal testing data surfaces during discovery. That legal question leads to supporting infrastructure for the Semi. Watt EV opened a new Fresno depot for the Tesla Semi network. The site adds high-power chargers along California freight corridors. It reduces range anxiety for fleet operators. Charging infrastructure remains a key limiter for wider Class 8 adoption. Additional depots are expected as semi-order volumes increase. Owners are sharing how FSD turns every vacation drive into a hands-off experience once the route is set. The feature removes guesswork on unfamiliar roads and pairs well with longer leisure trips. Early posts suggest it reduces both stress and wrong turns. Tesla's careers post frames future growth around solar, batteries, autonomous transport, and humanoid robots working together. The message ties employee equity ownership directly to company milestones. It positions the workforce as co-builders rather than just operators. Utility-scale batteries plus solar can reach full operation faster than traditional gas peaker plants. The speed advantage matters for regions facing summer reliability shortfalls. Deployment data shows how quickly capacity comes online once permits clear. Before we go, keep an eye on July registration numbers from China and any fresh commissioning updates on the Gulf Coast refinery. And that's a wrap on today's Tesla news. TSLA closed at $402.90, down $16.87, 4%. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating or review. It genuinely helps other Tesla fans find us. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. See you tomorrow. And before you go, this show is part of the NARA Network, a family of daily podcasts on tech, science, and markets, each one a sharp briefing you can finish on the commute. If today earned its place in your feed, here's your next listen. Models and Agents for Beginners. Artificial Intelligence Explained Simply for Beginners and Curious Teens. Find every show free at naranetwork.com. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.